Good evening, everyone. Hi, editors, writers, everyone. Have you ever thought at any time whether you can turn your editing skills into a business to become an editor, book editor, ghostwriter, or a publisher? Well, the answer is yes, because I did it, and that's what I came to share with you. Okay. Um, Let me see who will come in first. So today's video is about steps I think you should take in starting a publishing and editing company profitably, right? And we'll get into that soon. No, we're getting notification from. Okay, so we're getting to do that soon. But I want you to settle in and know that this is not just for people who want to be editors or proofreaders, but I have to use the template of my industry or my business to, as a case study, if you understand. So relax. If you've been meaning to start your business, or there are places you know that there are holes that you need to plug to make sure that your business becomes successful, this is a good time to ask all the questions you have already. Begin to write them in the comment section so that I can ask them, because I'm going to give you step by step how to start. But if you've started or you have questions, begin to write the questions ahead of time so that I can handle all the questions at the end of the session and as I go as well. All right. Now, let's a quick look at the things we're going to discuss tonight. I'm going to show you how you can understand, first of all, the industry, the publishing industry as a whole. And also we're going to look at how you can build your skill and make people believe you. Thirdly, we're going to look at how you can set up your business and how you should operate, the things that are a must for you to do. Do you understand? So no mistakes here. If you follow my guide, you will make it profitably from the start. Okay. Also, I'm going to tell you how to find the right client. This is one of my favorite parts. How to get clients and retain them, so you have clients who keep coming back. Also, I'm going to share with you how you can move up your business, scale it to make even more money. Are you ready? So this is a good time to take a notepad or something to write. If you've been following this series from the first day, I celebrate you. Thank you so much. All right. This is a 30 days interactive video series is a motivational video series for business owners, people who are about to get into business, to help inspire you, first of all, so that you can know that if I did it, you can do it, especially keeping it low. All right. And part of this session is also part of this program is also to make sure that you don't make the mistake that I made and other people are making, and you can scale your business even faster. This is for 30 whole days. This is episode 5. Yay! All my day one people, you are amazing. Thank you so much. So let me take you back a bit. I ran away from home at 25. That was the first time I was leaving home finally, like not going to just school or NYC. I had to pursue my life. I have to find me. I had to find money. I had to leave my overprotective parents, and we dealt with that in the first episode. And I had to move to a new city where I knew no one in that sense. I really didn't know, like I didn't have like a family to welcome me or anything. And all of that. I also didn't have any business backgrounds at all. I didn't have any business background at all. And I didn't really have any big plans. I didn't even set out to do business, right? I just wanted to go get a job in the media. Whatever media was, that was just what I wanted. And all I went to was my skill of editing, which I didn't even see as a skill at that time. I just saw it as one of the things I love to do. And then I soon started freelancing. Episode 1 to 4 will give you in depth about all of this, and then how I started freelancing. Then I started blogging, and then I was blogging and also editing and proofreading on the side, publishing on the side, and then finally went full scale, full-time as an entrepreneur after about 9 years of doing it side by side with full employment. And over time, I've discovered that this skill is such a good mine and is limitless. Okay, and then I went ahead to register my company officially after a year I started freelancing in 2010. Registered it in the CAC. I told all of that story and how I went through. And the main thing is that this is one business owner who has grown her company into multi-millions without having ever paid for an office space, without having ever paid for paid any full-time staff full-time salary, right? And honestly, at that time, I didn't even know where this will, I didn't have a clue where this will lead or anything. But by consistently learning and networking and all that, I was able to land my big clients at that time, and I have done several since then with my team internationally and here. Today, we run a 100% remote company that have presence everywhere in the world. And we also work with CEOs right now, producing books, lifting the heavy burden of wanting to write and publish, and also work with academics. This is one of the biggest, our newest addition, working with academics, people who are in their PhD, master's level, who need editing, who need some help with, maybe churning out their publications. We have done stellar job in the last few years, just about 2 years that we added that to our services. And that's how we roll. Okay, so welcome to the channel. Welcome to the brand new episode 5 of Being Chisom. And like I said before, please hold on. This is one show you need to watch till the very end. Drop your country and the city where you're watching from. African Tales and Beats, thank you. I look refreshed, right? I thank you so much. Thank you so much. Drop the city. African Tales and Beats, where do you watch from? I'm not sure I have gotten that. Drop your city and your country. Also drop a question for me. Any business question. This episode is the episode to get answers to your question. Even if your industry is in fashion or you are in manufacturing, ask me any business questions and I'll be answering them all through this session. On this particular YouTube channel, I need to introduce this channel to you because I talk about how to make money, how to grow business, opportunities that will help anybody flow. And I believe, and we call ourselves the Chi Money Gang as well, we believe that work is best done in line with what you love, and that you can make money from who you are. Yes. And that's where we are here. Since October 2022, this channel has been popping, and that's how we roll. So let's get into the main gist of the day. If somebody says, what is the step-by-step way of starting a business? Everybody will have a different approach and all that, but I'm going to just give you a rundown. And I have a free gift for you, which is why you should stick to the end. I have a free gift for you that will help you set up your business sharp. All you need to do is just to go get those things ready, and you will not ever miss it. Now, the first step of any business, just like mine, is first of all, understand what the industry needs, how the industry operates, right? Editing and proofreading might be, or publishing might look like what I'm talking about, but this works for every industry, right? Before you get into providing services, having offers and products and services for a particular people in a particular industry, you must know what the industry is about and what they are offering and what has been happening before you arrive the scene, right? Now, for editing and publishing, it's not just about fixing errors and grammar and speaking English or Spanish or whatever the language is, or printing books. It's not just that. It's about delivering high quality value. Now, let me break down what this value is like. Everybody can wake up and put together a publication. But when they work with you as a professional editor or a publisher, they should get excellence, right? They should get error-free documentations. They should get quality prints, for instance. They should get competitive pricing that goes beyond just what you're charging for. You should be able to add more value to what your charges are, right? So whether as an editor or a publisher, you are deciding to help authors create bestseller books through maybe coaching them or consulting with them, or you want to help or you want to guide some individuals to craft their own books, their maybe thought leadership books or autobiographies or even fiction writing, or you want to provide all the services from writing to publishing like we do in my company, Logos Audibles, you must set out to know exactly what's obtainable, what's already on ground, what kind of service people are already providing. That way you now know, where do I come in and how do I make mine unique, right? So that's the first step of what you need to do. First, again, before you even get to all of that, you must make sure that you love to read. See, let me break it down to you. You can't be a successful editor, proofreader, publisher and you really don't like to read, or you're like one of those people on social media who say, oh, this post is so long, can somebody summarize for me? No, you can't be one of those people, really, right? You can't. You must have such a passion for reading, and reading wildly. Like, you don't need to read only a particular kind of genre or a particular industry. You have to read wildly, because if you're to work with people, you have to understand register of different industries, of different professions. You have to understand places, names. You have to understand concepts, right? How do you get immersed into other people's world and understand their world as well, if you haven't been there before in your imagination from reading? So you will really not find my industry exciting if you really, really detest to read. So that's a given, right? Now, also, you must be skilled in understanding a bit of the standard language usage of the language that you're editing or publishing in. So if you're publishing and editing in English or in Igbo language or in Spanish, you must understand what is standard language usage. Very important, right? Like, I edit in English and in Igbo language. I'm learning some Igbo. Let's see when I will get there. But Igbo language and English language are my thing. And because my country is the second language speaker, or rather, we adopted the language in that sense, I had to work extra hard to understand what is standard English usage from the British English people themselves. And I went ahead to study it in the university. So I studied English and literature in the university, my first degree. So that's how much I went. Now, look at how things pan out. I didn't set out to be an editor, a publisher when I was in university. I just followed my heart. I just followed what I loved. I just followed the best subjects I loved and wanted to make a career out of them. Now, today it panned out that it is one of my biggest blessings, right? And I have gone ahead to self-school myself even more in the industry and all that. So those are things you must do. You must understand what the industry needs. You must understand, make sure that you have the right skills. You must read extensively. For you to be able to add value to somebody who has written stuff, that it will go beyond just knowing how to write or how to edit. You must be able to understand their worldview. Just like in any business, you must do your thorough research, right? Another thing you must do at the beginning is that you must look at which niche, which particular market sector do you want to serve. This is very important because publishing is also broad. There are educational books, there are fiction and romance writing, there are historical books, there are sci-fi, there are thriller, there's non-fiction, autobiography, memoirs, all of that. So there's poetry, there's songwriting. So you must choose which particular sub-market or sub-sector in this industry do you want to serve. And that will come with you knowing where your expert abilities are, right? If you read widely and then you write, you also will know by now how, where your superpowers shine through the most, right? That is very important for you to understand, and it will help you know how to package your unique offers and who you are targeting. This is very important. A lot of people get it mixed up. They say, I'm a proofreader, I'm an editor, and then they position yourself to edit everything. You discover that when you have some particular kind of manuscript, you struggle with them. There are certain ones you struggle with the most. So if you have already started and you're in that place where you started as a generalist, by now you should have noticed that there are certain kind of genres that people send, and it takes you a longer time to even understand the language and the tone and the context of those kind of works. So you should be able to remove them from the things you edit so you can focus on a subsector. Very important. Remember that generalists don't make the money, specialists do. Okay, now let's go ahead to the second point, which is why I think it's important for you to build your skills. I started building my own skills right from when I was a child. I was always a voracious reader. I started spotting errors very early as well. I didn't know I could make money from doing it, right? But I was doing it for people for free. So I had a lot of testimonials from people I had worked for free. Even professional people, when I had become an adult after university, I was still editing. It was something I took as my talent, something I do on the side. I never looked at it as business until that fateful time. Remember episode 2, 3. episode 2 and 3 and the things that happened there are the reasons why I thought, okay, what is my low-hanging fruit? How can I not use this thing to be able to sustain myself? God must have given me this gift so that I don't die in a strange land out of hunger, right? And you know the gist. If you don't know the gist, then episode 1, 2, 3, 4 are there still on this channel. You can go catch up and binge watch later. Okay, now in building your skills, I would say you learn something by doing it. You don't learn it by reading them up only. Yeah, so you have to start editing. Look at manuscripts around you. I remember when I was starting out, I'll go to bookshops to buy books. I'll buy foreign books, I'll buy some African books, then I'll read and consciously check out if there are errors. And every time I saw errors, I actually read a book published by a very popular Italian publishing firm that had an error by the time it was published, and it was I was one that spotted it out for the author to say, oh no, this in page 70 something. I still remember till today it was in page 73 that there was an error, and they had to go back to reprint and all of that. So you must begin to see yourself as an editor. You must begin to see yourself as a publisher. You must begin to see yourself as somebody who brings value to that industry. And see, books will never go extinct. It doesn't even matter what technology is doing. Books will never go extinct. It might, okay, but now I'm talking about hard copy books, right? But writing is the foundation of creativity. That one can never, nothing will touch writing. So writers will always be there. And as long as there will be writers or people who have stories to tell, there will always be need for writing. And who is better to handle a writer's work than an editor who understands the work 360, right? So you see that when you're an editor, the propensity that writers will trust you better is there. If you're also an editor and you run a publishing company like I do, more people will trust you. You'll be more credible because they believe that, oh, my work is in the right hands. All right. So honing your skill is so important, right? Writing, editing, publishing should be something you start doing. Even if you don't want to charge for it yet, work with other people and for other people. Do it for free. Do it with love. Understand intricacies. You know, everything looks easy from the outside, you know, in most sectors until you get in. I remember when I and my husband started a restaurant, everybody says it like, oh, food business is very profitable. Haven't you heard it? Yes. Everybody says, oh, food. Nah, if you're doing food, shelter, and water, you don't have a problem. You make it. How many people who vend food on the road are billionaires, right? But people throw around those general talks, focusing on the specifics. It depends on how you do any business. Any business can be profitable. It depends on understanding who you're serving and your price and your pricing as well. You can't be doing food business, for instance, and the cost of production is less than 100,000, and when you divide it by everything everything that it costs you to make that meal is 100,000, and then the meal comes to 20 plates, and then you look at it and say that means each plate is 5,000, and something you tells you, is it 5,000? Yes. 100,000 divided by 20. Why am I confused? Okay. You now say it's 5,000, and instead of you to say, oh, it's 5,000 and add a markup to that 5,000 to be able to get a profit, because how can you sell it 5,000? You just want to bring out your capital, and then when you go back to the market and things have increased, will you be able to make that same quantity and meal and standard again? Now, you see that it's 5,000, and every shop around you, every restaurant around you is selling 1,500, 2,000. Then you benchmark your prices by what they are doing, not how much you're paying. And that's what a lot of people do, especially in third world countries. So it's the same thing for this industry. You can't just garbage in anything and expect people to trust you. See, the thing about this industry and why you need to hone your skill is that this is one industry where you're handling people's intellectual property. See, in Sena climbs, right, it is such a big, you can be sued because of malhandling somebody's intellectual property. So it's not something to play with. And which is why we do a lot of contracting. I mean, in my company, we can't do your job. We can't be editing, proofreading, publishing for you when we don't have a contract. It's not possible, right? So you must have permission, and these are part of the skills you need to learn. You need to learn business skills. You need to understand that's what I said, understand how the industry operates. Yeah, so spend time to improve your skill in editing, in writing, in publishing, in understanding printing as well. You must understand everything 360, irrespective of where you want to position, whether you want to just do proofreading and editing like I started out with, or you want to be a ghostwriter, or you want to be a full-scale publishing. You must understand the industry 360 to be able to thrive, right? When you work with people and for people, it's easier for you to get testimonials from people say, oh, your work is very good, or they'll say, no, you didn't do this thing well, and you can go back. I have one of my delegates in my editing business school who said she still hasn't started out because the first time she did a training somewhere else, they were giving stuff to do, and she edited it, but it did not pass. She didn't pass. She had a lot of errors, and she was corrected and told that she can't handle a client's work, and that has affected her low self-esteem. So even when she came and was enrolled in editor business school, she was finding it difficult with all the knowledge she had. She was excited, but she was still having cold feet, and she said, coach, I don't know how to deal with that part of me that still remember that I didn't do it well the other time, right? So you must be able to work with people that can give you honest feedback. Honest feedback will help you improve and improve and improve. See, when you get to where you can charge money, with your full chest, you will know, right? So spend time editing, spend time proofreading, and please thumbs up. I'm seeing only one thumbs up on the video. Like, how, guys? 21 minutes in. Please, it's our culture to give the thumbs ups and to subscribe to this channel as you watch. Drop your questions. If you don't drop a question or you don't drop any comment at all, I will only see you as numbers, and that's not such a cool thing. So let me know where you're watching from. Drop your questions so that I can also give you a shout out. Okay, everybody on this stream is a distinguished fellow, and that is why I'm sure to give you your shout out. Okay, so please go ahead and like this video. Find the like button and please give this video a thumbs up. And as we continue, also join the family, because here you will find succor, you will find direction, as we talk, especially if you're interested in growing your industry, you're interested in financial freedom and finding opportunities to plug in. Okay, please go ahead. I can't see any thumbs up yet, so there are more people on the stream than there are thumbs up. No. Please go ahead, guys. All right, so like I was saying, spend hours doing the work. If you want to be a publisher, go and understudy another publisher. If you want to be an editor, understudy other people. Do works. Don't shy away from it, so they can give you feedback, and as you improve, you will have the confidence to charge. For me, I spent hours and hours studying editing techniques because I was doing it more of something that was innate. In fact, I believe that spotting errors is an innate gift. I stand to be corrected. Someone let me know. I feel that editors are born, because I've seen editors who did not even do arts. They did pure sciences. They have built an industry in another field, but they come in and they are so good, because I think we all have something in common. We are all voracious readers. We are also good at writing. Okay, so that's what I think, that if you have them, then you have to be confident to begin to upskill to the point where you can start this business confidently. When you do any work for anybody, make sure you ask them how they like the work and what they like particularly. Get those testimonials, because those will be your marketing tools. Don't say I did not tell you, right? Spend hours also learning from other people. Learn from online workshops. Research on Google. When I started, Google was my best friend, and read up on publishing trends. Now that there is AI, it's easier. Right? So catch up. See, I created a whole 1-year business program for editors, and you can be part of it as well. If it's something that you want, I'll coach you. We have a 90 days immersive program, or courses, 2 courses in 90 days, where you brush up everything from marketing to English grammar itself. Yes, please, we only deal with English because that's the English, that's the language that I know. But we treated English grammar, business operations, marketing, branding, cost consideration. There's something called money maths, where I teach you exactly how to charge and how to calculate your fees. Jedidia, oh my gosh, welcome, Jedidia. Good to hear from you, learning from you. Okay, great to know. So in that course, I have all the pricing strategy, how to go about it, how to get lead generation, how to land clients, and it's just for $499. and you will be coached further after the 90 days for a whole year. So, because me, I don't believe in hoarding information. So what's the need? And we're currently enrolling. So if it's something you really want, please go ahead. I'll be dropping the details for the email so you can send an intent mail. Okay. Now, a professional tip I'll give you is, please don't overlook your testimony. Like I've said, get them as you offer the free services. Please make sure you get your testimonials and you use them to make and also, of course, get the consent of your clients or the people you have worked with. Even if you did it for free, get their consent to use their testimonials for your marketing. Now let's go to the next point, which is actually setting up your business now. Business must be profitable before it's business, right? And setting up your operations is what will help every other part of your business work. What do I mean by operations? How do people come in? How do people first of all find out about your services and be able to make inquiry to say, oh, I have a book I've written, please, or a manuscript, I want you to edit it for me, or I want you to proofread for me, or I want to write a book. How do people first of all get to you? So you must have a marketing front. You must have a way people get to know you, right? That also has to be standardized in a way that you have it documented that this is how people come in. These are the channels where we market or where I tell people and they come into the business. Okay, Jedidia, I hope I'm pronouncing your name well. Jedidia or Jedidia, I don't know. From South Africa. Okay, so you subscribe to the channel. Awesome, thank you so much. So you must first of all know these are the aspects where this business is being seen, or people read me and they are likely to come from. Now, you also have to set up, when they come in and make inquiries, what is the next step? What do you tell them? How do they even reach you? Is it by email? Do they reach you on WhatsApp? Do you understand? It has to be documented so that even when you have team members you work with, you have to maintain that structure so that you don't lose any clients or leave your clients hanging. So that is the number one in operations. How do people get in touch to inquire for your services? Then secondly, what do you get back to people on? Like for my company, for instance, when you reach us through email, through WhatsApp, Facebook, anywhere, or I have an editing detail, we will immediately send you our email address. Send us an intent mail, tell us exactly what you want, and send us a part of your manuscript or all of it. Confidentiality is prime, so that we can review it. Then let us know exactly the services you want to get from us. That is for our editing and proofreading services. Even if it's for the publishing that we are doing fully now, because we're helping CEOs write, because people who don't have time may never tell their story, may never leave a legacy if we don't help them. So those are people that we are focusing on majorly, even still, though we still run our proofreading and editing services. So we send you our email to say, send us what you want us to do and send us the manuscript so that we can, you can review. And that review is for free. It's for us to look at it, and we get back to you in less than 24 hours. So we have to look at it